It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. Yes! Can you believe we are through to the semi-finals? Oh, good Lord. Lordy Miss Claudie and all the rest of it. Oh my God, it's been so exciting. Right, that's enough of the football chat. Because tonight it's about Eastenders. Mainly. Before I start on about Eastenders, I mean, those of you that follow me on Twitter will see I have been absorbed in this story of the poor football team, Thai football team of 12 boys and a coach who have been trapped 2 miles into a cave in Thailand. They've been trapped there for 10 days and they were discovered about 2 days ago by a couple of British explorers, cave explorers, and they're now trying to free these boys. Well, I mean, my mind has just been so preoccupied with that. I can't help it. If there's a major story that is a humanitarian story, it's about somebody in great difficulty, I just get totally and utterly absorbed in it. So I have been in this story. If you go onto Twitter and you go into the hashtag Thai Cave Rescue, you'll read all about it. And I'm telling you guys, it's a really horrendous story. And they've managed to get 6 boys out. I keep reading differing reports, and so I'm not sure if it's 4 or 6, but they've still got another 9 or 6 to get out. And the risks that these divers, these volunteer divers from across the world are taking to rescue these Thai boys is amazing. They're risking their lives, guys. I mean, that's what true heroism is all about. You know, it's all well and good people saying, oh, well, I love so-and-so in the charts, or I love so-and-so from whatever, they're my hero. No, they're not real heroes. The real heroes are people that put their lives on the line to save other human beings. They are real heroes. Right, that's enough about that. I hope you're all well. Nice to see you in, guys. Hello to Ollie and Brandon, Tam, Georgina. Hi, Georgina. My Twitter is Jan's Reviews, or it's Jan SX. Jan SX is more about things not related to YouTube, whereas Jan's Reviews, or Reviews Jan's, is about YouTube. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent. Hi, Rye. Ollie, Tam. Hi, T. How are you? Yes. Okay. Okay, is it all right if we talk, you know, about a few topical things to begin with? Because it's really difficult for me to sort of just carry on regardless when something as horrific as this is going on. Right, let me read what you've put here, guys. Yes, right, I heard about the 3 YouTubers that died. They all drowned, didn't they, in a waterfall? That's just awful. They were young YouTubers putting out content which was really, really good. They were travel vloggers, and they were, I mean, they tried different things, and they were, I don't know where it was it in Canada, right? And basically they all got washed over the waterfall and all died. It was awful. The name of their channel, if you want to have a look at it, was called The High Life. I did have a quick look. And it's a dreadful story. There hasn't been much on social media. I happened to see it and delved further into the story, and it's a very sad story. Thanks for bringing that up, Rye. It is very sad. Brandon is saying he saw something. Hopefully it'll end happily, and then after a few years there will be a film about it. I think there could well be a film about it. T, have you heard about the boys in Thailand being trapped in the cave? I am just amazed by it, and actually quite speechless, because that must be the most, it's a bit like being buried alive, really, isn't it? And then they've got to come out, and it's like the tunnel is 2 miles long. I mean, for God's sake, and these boys can't swim, so they're being taught to scuba dive, and it's just, I mean, as a mother, it hits me there. It's like, oh my God. And as a human, it hits me there as well. It's just horrendous. Yes, T. Sorry. Yeah, T. That's what we call you, don't we? Yeah, they were adventurous. Yeah. Did they go into did they go into, what do they call it? Extreme sports or something? Were they involved in that? You're loaded with stories, are you, Brandon? Okay, well, we can chat about that, and then we can talk about Eastenders in a little while. We've got enough time, so if you want to talk about topical things first, that's fine. I really don't mind. What was on the BBC News, Brandon? I thought there may have been more about it on Twitter. I'm more of a Twitter person. Twitter and YouTube, that's me. I'm not keen on Facebook, never have done. I just think it's too personal. I don't know, I just don't like it. I mean, there's people on there that I used to work with, and people that I haven't spoken to for years, that you don't really want them knowing your business, do you? I just don't like it, you know. Family on there. Yes, Ollie. Ollie says the stories that the young boys, they're varying in age. They seem to be about, the youngest is 11, and then there's a few of them that are 14. I think there's one that's 15. I think there's one that's 16, who wrote letters to their parents and the divers, because what's happening is the divers, the professional divers, are going in, and they're going so far into the tunnel, and then they have a bit of a rest, and then they go further to reach the boys. And the boys had written these letters to their parents. Just awful. And they were all, I mean, I think they must have all been told to write things like, don't worry, Mum, you know, we're fine. But it was still heartbreaking. Absolutely awful. And I think also that they will make a film about it. I'm sure they will. But then, who remembers the Chilean miners? The Chilean miners. The miners that were stuck in the, what do they call it? In the mines. Who remembers that from a few years ago? Because I was talking to my daughter about it, and she couldn't remember it. I said, well, do you remember when all the Chileans were there? And it was all over Twitter, because I remember we all watched it. We watched them all coming out of the mines. Does anyone remember them? Twitter has a lot about the Thai soccer team. Yes. And the YouTube travel guys. I haven't seen anything, T, about the YouTube travel guys. Oh, maybe it's probably because I haven't hashtagged them. What's the hashtag? Yeah, you remember it, do you, T? That was awful, wasn't it? Oh, my God. I can't remember how many miners there were, but there was a lot of them, and they did film them actually coming out, and it was just amazing. And I think they all survived, didn't they? And sadly, one of these divers who is in the military, in the Thai military, actually died the other day. He ran out of oxygen. Right, the Ingham family dad, Chris, has allegedly been texting a girl on Instagram whilst they are on holiday to go to a hotel room. Oh, okay. I haven't heard about that, Tam. Yes, I think they did all get out, didn't they? Did you watch it live, T? I watched it live. Oh, my God. Oh, if there is a film made about it, Christopher Nolan would be perfect. He did a fantastic job with Dunkirk, and he's the only director I can think of that will pay respect to the scenario. Do you know, Ollie, I agree with you, and that is one of the reasons when someone, or when I first read somebody in Twitter put, oh, this will be made into a film soon. I thought, oh no, please don't. But I guess if you've got a sensitive director and the story was told without sensationalising it, because let's be honest, it's already sensational, especially if everyone comes out alive. I'm not into that. I don't like sensationalisation of a horrible story of people's trauma. I don't like that. Okay, it's all on YouTube. Okay. Yes, I watched them live as well. The driver died taking oxygen to the kids. Yes, I know he did. He didn't save enough for himself, did he? Bless him. God. And he's an expert. Well, he was an expert diver as well. Today, I found, because I've been watching the hashtag, I found somebody had put up this video of the two British guys that have gone, who are leaders in their field in Britain, and that they are apparently leading the rescue. And they put up this video, and I can't remember what it was called now, but you guys should have a look at it and see, just to see what it is that these guys do. And you have to remember that the film that they were showing on the video was in clear water, whereas in Thailand, the water, have you seen the water, the silt? Silt is a mixture of grit and sand and mud. That is the water that these boys are having to swim through. And not only these boys, but also their rescuers. They've got to swim through that. It's just so awful. Okay, so Rye's saying he saw some nasty comments on Twitter about them. Who are you talking about, Rye? Someone else has said, I do remember him giving oxygen and dying. Yeah, I know, awful. Ollie says, thank you for the hoodie. It was such a lovely surprise. Good. Ollie's got one of my merch for his birthday. And I hope you had a happy birthday, Ollie. Yeah. There's always trolls. And Jan, who pays for Is that in this country? Sorry, Tam, I've lost your thread, sweetheart. Right, Nadia from Loose Women home ed their daughter and think they should get their daughter GCSE for free. What do I think about that? To be honest, Nadia can afford to pay for her child's GCSE. Yeah, and that's what everyone else thinks as well. Yes, it is too hot to be wearing hoodies, but I do T-shirts as well. So hot, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Okay. How long have we been? 15 minutes. All right, guys, are we ready to discuss Eastenders? Who ended up in tears? Put your hands up. Real tears. Oh, I wasn't prepared for that. I remembered someone said something about, oh, they're going to have real victims in it. You know, I hadn't sort of really thought about that and how they would do it. Didn't they do it well? And it was so, it was just heart-wrenching. How anyone didn't cry through that, I'll never know. I blubbed. And the funny thing is, the teen came out of his room. He came and sat down. He went, "You all right, Mum?" I went, "No." He went, "What are you crying about?" I said, I'm just, I don't know. I said, "It's Jackie's funeral." Like that. And he went, "Oh." I knew what he was thinking. And then I said, "No, but there's real victims there. Those people with the pictures are real kids that have been stabbed." So upset. Oh, God. Right, let's get back. The last tweet I read said they aren't sure if there will be negligence charges against the coach. They went past the signs that said it was dangerous to explore past the point. I know what you're saying, T, but I don't want to think about that at the moment. I just want to sort of get a positive thing going and just pray that they all get out. Yeah, he could be sued for negligence. What do you guys think? Do you think he should be sued for negligence, the coach? I was having this discussion today with my daughter, and I said to her, you know, what would you do, you know, supposing it was one of your kids? I mean, you guys haven't got any, but I'm thinking to myself, supposing like one of my boys, I've got 2 boys, and supposing one of them went off on a jaunt with his football team and they ended up in that predicament, how would I feel about the adult that was meant to be in charge of them? Quite honestly and realistically, I'd want to grab him by the throat like that. But if he has suffered the same as those boys have suffered, which of course he has, being older, I'm sure he blames himself for what he's done. I can't imagine that he could possibly blame anybody else. He must blame himself for what he's done. Don't you think he's suffered enough? I think he's probably suffered enough, guys. I haven't even got out yet. Auntie! Why are you waving? Thank you very much, Ollie. I'm glad it's really good quality. I'm really glad. Yeah, so people were in tears about it. I don't know what... Alfie took what was supposed to be an informative video about poverty and just subtly showed off all throughout it. Oh, I'm lost, Dolly. What are you talking about, honey? What are you talking about now? I'm going to have to go back. That's what happens when I go off on one of my chats. Right, what are you talking about there? Okay, it was great. There must be an invisible age line when crossed all presents become bottles of wine. Did you get lots of wine then, Ollie? Right, Tam, so it's Tam. What did you think of Alfie Day's £1 vlog? I thought it was disgusting. The boy had got no idea what it's like to live with very little money. And I saw Jackmate's video about it and agreed totally with what he had to say. Alfie was supposed to be in for, yes, and yeah, I know, he was just such an idiot. Ignoramus is the word that brings to mind about Alfie Days. Right, so T says that would be me. I know he will probably be suffering just like they are, but this was under their control. I know that, T, and I can't argue with that. You know, I can understand the parents being being so angry with him, especially if their little ones don't come out. But I don't know, it's a very hard one. I felt that, I felt the victims' families retracted from the emotion of the soap characters, which felt a bit off for me. It's meant to be mainly focused on the soap characters, but the victims' families made my eyes water. I do understand what you're saying there, Brandon. I really do. It was strange to have the two mixed together, wasn't it? Because, you know, one is fiction and one is fact. And putting the two together in a soap is the first time they've ever tried to do that before. Is it going to set a precedent, do you think? I don't know. I mean, it you know, it had a message and it rammed the message home. I think, what do I think? I think that it should be shown to relevant parties of society. So I think they should show it in schools. I really think they should show it in schools. Maybe not the whole EastEnders bit, but the other bit with the parents. You know, I think kids need to learn. Kids need to realise that having a knife is like a no-no, and it's so frightening. It's a really frightening world out there, guys. Oh, you were raising your hand, T, for crying. So was I. Oh, my Lord. Yeah, I was. I didn't start right at the beginning. I tried to fight it because I thought otherwise I'm going to be blubbing all the way through. But I thought Bonnie Langford's portrayal of Shaki's mother was so lifelike. Although there were a few times when it really irritated me. I just thought she'd just been really selfish. You know, like when she was saying that she didn't want anyone else at the funeral. That's not really for her to say, is it? I know it was her child, but it's not for her to say because he was also other people's child and brother and friend. And, you know, I don't think it's really up to her to decide whether they come to the funeral. If she wanted to say goodbye to him privately, she had the opportunity when she went to the mortuary or when she went to Croker's, didn't she? So I don't know. I just found, on occasion, I felt a little bit annoyed with her. I was like, no, come on, Bonnie. Carmel, you know, you can't. And I think maybe she would have, I don't know. See, I would feel similarly, I think, you know, I'd be like, I don't want to say goodbye, I don't want to say goodbye. I know I'd feel the same, but realistically, to prevent or to try and prevent other members of the family or other members of Shaki's life from going, I didn't agree with that at all. Right, okay. Ollie got tons of wine! Get out, Ollie! What wine do you like, white or red? I like rosé, personally, because I like really sweet things. So I like rosé. I think it should be up for best single episode. Oh, absolutely, and I'm sure it will be. I think they're going to lay off Shaki for a while and more on that mean little woman, Donna, who is working with Cora to eliminate Max and Rainey. Oh, really? Is that what's going to happen? Donna is going to join up with Cora. Why are you calling her a mean little woman? I don't think she's mean. Yes, T. Bonnie Langford has been outstanding. She's a brilliant actress, I must say. When they first cast her, I thought, oh no, this isn't going to work. But she has been absolutely brilliant. Amazing. I can still remember Bonnie Langford in Bugsy Malone. Who can remember that? Okay. No Mick getting in the way. Perfect episode. Yes, I agree with you there, right? I didn't like the Mick storyline. And then they threw Stuart into the mix. And, you know, I don't think they should have done that around the same time as they had the Shaki thing going on. It was too much. Because, let's face it, we were all still grieving over Shaki. And then all of a sudden we've got this bloody... what's-his-face, Stuart, coming in, lauding it and just being Mr. Nasty, and I just don't think the timing was right. I think they just got the timing wrong. They could have brought that story in another time, I think. Who was Bonnie Langford? Yeah, in Bugsy Malone. She was the one that, do you remember when, who's the main girl? I've forgotten the name of the blooming main girl. When she does the audition, and Bonnie Langford comes on with a fur coat and, hey, let it be me. I want to sing. I want to sing. That was Bonnie Langford. Oh, dear. I'm sweating so much, people. Sweating. Woo. Okay. Who plays Ronnie? Oh, she's... Okay, let me go back. Right, hang on. Right, okay. I'm tired of Mick Carter. I didn't like how he was inserted into the storyline. I agree wholeheartedly, T. And also, to then, the point I'm trying to make is, to then tag along with this story with, Stuart, it was just too much. Didn't you think that was too much? Have that story separate a bit further along the line with what's-his-face. But tagged on to that when Mick Carter... Yeah, the stabbing wasn't about Mick Carter. It was about a young boy. Why is my hat going the wrong way? Yeah. It was about a young boy, an innocent young boy who was stabbed by other young boys who thought that he'd nicked their bike. But it was his best friend who'd nicked the bike, and he was doing the best thing, taking the bike back. And Mick was the one that found him. And yes, I understand Nick feeling guilty because he did see Shaki outside the pub. And he feels guilty because he's probably the last person to see young Shaki alive. I do get it. What I don't get is how the focus is then all about Mick Carter. It shouldn't be. The focus should have been about the kids. Why are kids doing this today? And Eastenders doing that funeral thing. Really, I think they should have brought that on before doing the Stuart story. I really do. I think it would have been more hard-hitting. It would have run concurrently instead of us being subjected to this awful story of this thug coming in. Does anyone agree with me? I just think they didn't need to be that big split. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Oh, Ollie likes white and pink. Good for you, Ollie. Okay, so Samantha Womack, who plays Ronnie Mitchell. Ronnie Mitchell? Yeah. Doing Strictly. Oh, she's back in, isn't she? Okay, all right, well, we'll see. I can't imagine she'll be able to dance very well. Can't imagine she's got much rhythm. Can you? Okay, someone says, I do agree. Is this too noisy for you guys? I do agree that they should show it in school, and I personally think Bonnie Langford was the only person to convey an amazing message, although being a bit over the top. I don't think she was over the top, darling. I really don't. As a mother, I don't think she was over the top. Another... Okay. They should have played Stuart's story around Christmas time. Yes, I agree. I think the Slaters and Mick and Stuart got in the way of the stabbing storyline and it just spoilt it. Yes, I agree. Tina has a dark secret. Yes, she has. Yeah, you agree with me, T. Good. I agree. We waited almost 2 months. Was it that long for the funeral? God. Did I see the top-up trailer of EastEnders? No. Tell me about it while I put my lippy on. Another stabbing. Who's going to get stabbed this time? I tell you, it's so scary. It makes me worry about, you know, going out and my kids going out. Right, how do you hear all these storylines? You know more about it than I do. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do an EastEnders on Shaki's funeral because I get so upset. That other one I did when Shaki got stabbed, I just cried all the way through it. No one wants to see that. I hoped Bonnie would be doing Strictly because she would be really good. However, they never cast 2 EastEnders people on Strictly. No, Bonnie Langford wouldn't be able to do Strictly because she was a dancer. So she wouldn't be allowed. Tina and Stuart were an item, gossip. Yes, so I hear. I heard that on here. One of you told me that. So, does that mean Zsa Zsa? I was calling her Zaza last week, wasn't I? Does that mean that Zsa Zsa will be coming back, do you think? Do you think she'll be on there? It was about 20 seconds with Max, Renee, Cora, Donna, Stuart and Tina. No, I've missed that one. Yeah, Bonnie did Dancing on Ice. Yeah, she did. But she wouldn't be allowed to do Strictly because she's a dancer. She's a trained dancer. Whereas on Dancing on Ice, they don't really dance, do they? They just sort of skate along and try and stay up on their skates. She was good on that, though, wasn't she? But the reason she was good on it is because she could do the balletic moves. Like when she was lifted up, where if it was you or me, we'd be lifted up like a big elephant. She's very light, and she can put her legs in like balletic positions. Unlike me, I wouldn't be able to. So, what else about EastEnders did we want to talk about? It was, oh my God. They don't do omnibuses anymore, do they, guys? Tea over here, they used to, on a Sunday, they used to do an omnibus. And you had like, oh, I don't know, how many hours? 3 hours of EastEnders. They don't do that anymore. I couldn't have watched it again, though. Could you have watched it again? I couldn't. It was too sad. They had lots of trained up. Yeah, but right, I don't know. I mean, I might be talking nonsense, but I really don't think that they would allow Bonnie Langford on there. What do I think of Rainey framing Donna? I think Rainey's a nasty piece of work. I really do. I don't like her. I don't like her character. I just don't like her. She's dishonest. I don't like dishonest people. I don't like thieves. I don't like dishonest people. Be honest. You know, what can I say? And, you know, she's had, I don't think she's with Max for the right reasons. She is obviously trying to get back at her mum, isn't she? Who is Dora, isn't it? Yeah. So I don't think she's with him, and I just think the whole thing is awful, and I don't think Max should have the baby. You know, after what he did to the baby's mother, I just don't think he should have it, really. You know, I mean, I think, who was it? I think Donna has got a point. Tam, I didn't hear what you said when you said that Donna was mean. When I said, well, why is Donna mean? What did you say about that? Blousy, yes! Blousy was in, Bugsy Malone. I love Bugsy Malone. Love it. You could have been anything that you wanted to be. Don't know the words. There's no doubt about it. We're the very best at being bad. I love Bugsy Malone. Renee's a great actress. No! Rai says, I love my live stream because I find out so much about it. Hayley gets it on with Max. Why is it Max gets all the girls? I wouldn't touch her with a barge pole. Why? Okay. But Donna deserved it for being mean. No, what am I missing in the chat? I don't like Rainey either, but Donna was really rude about Max on Thursday. Why? I don't think she was rude. I thought she was being honest. I really thought she was being honest. Remember, Donna was a good friend of Abby's, and Donna knew what Abby went through because of her bloody awful father. And she knows that there's no way that Donna would want her child brought up by her father and Rainey. That's the way I look at it. Looks like I'm going to have to agree with some of you. Oh dear, I did like Donna until this last week. Really? Oh, we're on different sides of the fence there, T. I didn't think she was mean. I thought she was good standing up to her. Why should she have the baby when it's Max's fault that her mother's dead? Max was awful. Max was an awful father. Well, it's interesting that you guys think differently. Have you seen Jacqueline Joss's new baby girl? No, I haven't. She's on her own now with 2 kids, isn't she? Oh, she'll be coming back to East... Oh, she can't, can she? I was going to say she'll be coming back to Eastenders in time when she runs out of money. But she can't, can she? Oh, yes, she can. They didn't bump her off, did they? She walked off into the sunset, off to Scotland. Oh, hi, Leonie. Hi, I know who you are. You got blue hair, haven't you? Hi, thanks for popping in. And I'm glad you like my vids. That's really kind of you to pop in. But I am sweating. I'm sweating tonight. I've never really liked Donna, but I agree that they shouldn't get the baby. However, Donna shouldn't get the baby. Donna's not going to... Oh, do you think that's what it is? Do you think Donna wants to have the baby? There was a storyline a while ago, wasn't there, where she wanted a baby? Oh, you could have a point. Yeah. Yeah, Leonie. Ollie doesn't watch EastEnders either. But he does pop in with a few things to say, bless him. Donna was being hypocritical and she didn't go to the hospital while she was there. What? She didn't go to the hospital when Abby was there, do you mean? Donna was brilliant telling the truth about Max, the psycho, and Rainey. I'm with you, Tam. We're going to have a fight. We're going to have our first fight in chat. Ooh, no, Ian and Mel. I agree. Please don't let Ian and Mel get back together again. No, no, no. I quite like Ian on his own, actually. He's such an idiot. He really is. Why would anyone marry Ian? I agree with you. Why would they? Yes, Max was, but he's trying to redeem himself. Oh, I don't know, T. That's a brilliant twist, Donna. Snatch the baby and leave the square. She wouldn't be able to cope with a baby, would she? How would she be able to cope with a baby? I thought she realised that. Do you remember when she really wanted to have a baby and people were sort of saying to her, but, you know, how are you going to cope sort of thing? And I sort of had to agree with them, really. But then I did feel for her because I can't imagine what it must be like not to be able to have kids. I've been very blessed in there. In there? What am I saying? I've been very blessed in that area. Oh no, I've been very blessed in that I've been allowed to, I've been able to have kids. I can't imagine what it must be like if you can't have kids. Can't imagine. Okay, Jacqueline Josser is back with her husband. Okay, I want more from Katie Jarvis as I think she's a brilliant actress, and if they are going to feature the skaters, feature Hayley and Jean. Oh, the Slaters. Okay, oh, right, okay. Who's Katie Jarvis? Oh, Donna wants the baby. Okay, so let's weigh this up, guys, okay? We've got Cora, who is a past, what do they call it? An ex, alcoholic. Has she got a home? Is she still living on the streets? What's her situation? She hasn't got a good relationship with any of her family. She's been estranged from her family for years. So we've got her in one corner. And in the other corner, we've got Max, who is the cause of his daughter falling off the roof, has neglected his children time and time again, is a serial womanizer, and an unreliable, what was the word I was going to say? Unsuitable father. So we've got those two. Then in the middle, we've got Donna, who has always wanted children, but in reality, because she is disabled and in a wheelchair most of the time, although we do see her getting out of the wheelchair sometimes and walking, but she obviously has many medical problems. So we have her in the middle. Who would you give the baby to? Could you give the baby to any of those? Really? Realistically? If you were a social worker, could you honestly say that any of those three people is capable of looking after that child? Oh, and yet, and also with Max, we've got this, what do they call it? Faux wife, who he's just married because, one, he wants to piss off his in-laws, and two, is like, what is his sister-in-law, who is also an ex-druggie and an ex-alcoholic. As a social worker, who could you give that baby to? Let's see what you say on here. Okay, no more stories with Ian, Masood, Mel and Jack, please, as they are bland and boring. Oh. Woman dies after being exposed to Oh, God, rest her soul. That's sad to hear. That woman who was exposed to the nerve agent in the UK. I still can't imagine Ian with Denise. No, I know. Ian, Denise is underrated. She's a good actress. Yeah, I think she's a good enough actress. I think personally she took a long time to get into her role though. And I do find her a bit wooden sometimes, don't you? I don't know. I'd like to see her in something else so that I can sort of say, well, yeah, actually, she's a good actress. But I've only ever seen her in Eastenders, so I don't know whether she's a good actress or not. Read the Metro and more gossip on Cora and Rainey betrays. Okay, read the Metro about more gossip on Cora and Rainey betrays Max. Oh, does she? Okay. I think Cora will be a bit of a creep when she comes back. No, Jan. Rainey might betray Max and get back on drugs as she is toxic. I agree with you. I agree. So he's kicked her out now, hasn't he? So how's he going to claim the baby now that he's kicked out the wife? Cora is nasty, is she? Was she nasty before? I don't know if she was nasty before because she knew what Max was like, didn't she? And she always sort of used to front him and say, yeah, I know what you're about. You leave my daughter alone and blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, I don't know. Can't remember what she's like. Supposedly, Phil stops Rainey from buying the drugs. Stops Rainey. Okay. Yeah. Because I think Rainey has fallen for Max. Who does Denise play? She plays Denise. Who does Denise play in EastEnders? She plays Denise. What's her name? Diane Parrish is a very good... Yeah, she's played by Diane Parrish. I think that will happen, T, from the trailer. What's that? Oh, right. Do you know, have you noticed that Sharon is getting more and more orange? Have I got anything orange to show you? That is the colour of Sharon. There. Orange. If I was to stand next to her, she would look darker than me. She needs to stay off the sunbeds. Stay off. Okay, Tanya is still mentally unstable from the funeral. Yeah, I'm not surprised. She lost her baby as well. That's all right, Brandon. We all make mistakes. Especially me. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. Yeah, who's watching it on Wednesday? Put your hand up. Yay! Yeah, she is. She's doing other things, isn't she, Tonya? I think she does as well, Brandon. It doesn't look good, does it? It doesn't look natural. Jesus, mine is natural. Oh, natural. Bronzed. I am. Whereas Sharon isn't. And she just looks old. She just looks more and more orange. She looks like a tangerine. Why is Tanya not trying to get custody of baby Abby? That's a good question. She's already got, hasn't she got Oscar? How old is Oscar? Does anyone know how old Oscar is? He's probably, what is it, 5? You would think, though, that she would try for custody, wouldn't you? You would think so, but maybe she still hasn't got over Abby, bless her. You just don't know, do you, guys? Why is that not working? I know why, I know why. I've told off so many people for spamming It's Coming Home in group chats. Have you? Why? Why can't we say it? Yeah, I'm not sure she wants another baby yet and might wait for Oscar to grow up. So who's got the baby at the moment? Is she in foster care, do you know? She's probably in foster care, bless her. T, have you been watching the football? I'm such a big football fan. I haven't watched, although that's a lie. I've had Wimbledon on in the background, but I haven't actually watched it because it's just so... Sunday night's bulletin at 10:33. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. Yay! Cheers for Dears! That's the end of the bulletin. Oh God, I can't do that too often. It's too warm, isn't it? Is it hot over there in New Jersey, T? Tell you what, I got in my car today. It was like 33 degrees. Oh. Yeah, I saw that bit, Brandon, actually. I did see that little bit. They trashed IKEA when England won and smashed by... what? And ambulances? Yeah, no, there's no excuse for that. Don't go in and break things just because we've won. That's just childish. They shouldn't do that. That's bad. I don't agree with that. I have a dilemma. If England get through to the final, it is on the same day as my granddaughter's show. My granddaughter goes to like a weekend dance and singing and acting group. And they've got their big show, their annual show on World Cup Day. The proprietor has already stated that she is not cancelling it for the World Cup. My daughter has also told me that she expects me there, whether England are in the World Cup or not. What do you think, guys? What do you think? I know why they've done it. I know why they've done it, but they shouldn't do it. Don't go and smash up shops. That's juvenile. That's really stupid. People have to pay for that. Yeah, no, they shouldn't, they shouldn't smash up IKEA. That's just silly. I don't mind a bit of fun and frivolities, but don't go and smash up a store. Yeah, I know people have cancelled weddings for the World Cup. I tried to tell my daughter that. Also, do you know the comedian? What's his name? The one who was caught texting other women when his wife had just delivered twins or something. Oh no, not Langsford. What's that comedian called? Oh, I've forgotten his blooming name. Anyway, he came on Twitter, he went, oh my God, what am I going to do? He said, I've got my show on the day of the World Cup. And this is on Wednesday, because we've got through and we're going to be playing Croatia. Mind you, to be honest, I don't think we're going to make it. But never mind, I said that about Colombia. Anyway, so he was saying, what am I going to do about my show on Wednesday? And so many people were just saying, well, just show the football and be done with it. So I broached the subject with my daughter. It didn't go well. Didn't go well. Family Fizz? No, I've never heard of it. What? Rumours they're doing an episode of EastEnders in Africa next year. Why is that? It will be adorable. Well, of course I'll be watching. I will go, Ollie. Of course I'll go, but I may have to have my phone on silent. I'll be watching the match. It's not every year we get into the World Cup final, is it? Anyway, she's only on for about 3 minutes, bless her. And then she'll come on at the finale. I don't know what Family Fizz is. I tell you what though, some people on Twitter, do you guys go on Twitter? Some people on Twitter are really so funny. Has me in stitches. There's one guy who went on and went, my mate's just discovered that he's booked the wedding for Wednesday. So he's asking if anyone is free that day. He's got 2 tickets to the World Cup. He's wondering if anyone's free. And if they are, the church is St Mary's in Cambridge and the girl is called Sarah. That had me laughing. That was my sense of humour. That really had me laughing. We've nearly been an hour, guys. Is there anything else you want to tell me about EastEnders before we go? I think I'm going to have to play out on some light music tonight. It's cooled off this weekend. It was very hot this past week. I think it's cooling down next week. The week after that, I'm going to Paris. So I'm hoping it's not going to be raining all the time. My son wants to go to, what's it called? Paris Saint-Germain football stadium. Apparently they do a tour. So we'll be walking around there one day. I don't mind. I like football. I think they'll go mad if we win. My God. Who saw there's been some funny videos come out. Who's seen the Ian Wright one where he goes, "It's coming home." And who saw the Ross Kemp ones? They're so funny. What was it? It was like, "Pickford, you beauty. You beauty!" That's the one time, the PSG stadium, that's where he wants to go. So we're going to be going there. He wants to buy a football shirt. He said, I can't decide whether to get this one, or Neymar. I went, well, if you don't want to be kicked to the ground every time you go out wearing it, I wouldn't get Neymar. Ross Kemp put up about 3 different ones. Oh, but he was so funny, right? He had me in stitches. And the first one, like when they first scored, he was just so pleased. Yes! This big guy, this big, bald, typically English guy. Did make me laugh. Why do you think Ross Kemp is a twat? I like him. I met him once when I was driving in my car. It was funny. Years ago, it was when my kids were young. And we pulled up, we were in London, and I pulled up and looked out my window, and there he was, in his Range Rover, or whatever it was he was in. So I turned around and I went, hello, and he waved back. So I like Ross Kemp. I think he's lovely. Doesn't take much. I've met quite a few famous people in my time, it has to be said. Right, guys. Have we finished? We're going to have some music. I don't think Ross Kemp is a twat. I think he's funny. And I love the way he's been doing those. I just think they're amazing. His videos, they make me laugh. I want to tell it, but are you interested in America, or is England just more? No, T is interested in American news, actually. I've seen her commenting on Twitter. So, we can't have anything too fast, can we? Oh, I forgot to say, I got a sort of job as an artist for the... Really? Ollie, that's incredible! That's wonderful! That's really good. Your art is very good, Ollie, I have to say. Very good indeed. Right, I'm trying to find some play out music. Oh, we haven't had the twins on tonight. When am I doing a live with the judge? I don't know. I'll have to have a word with him. Oi, get over here. Get in my live stream. Oi, Rob, get over here. Do what you're told. Vinda. Love him. No, he's not Rob. No. Yeah. Oh, dear T. You have my utmost sympathy. With that. Awful. Awful. Right, okay. Now, I'm going to have to say bonjour. Bonjour. Is that goodbye? You guys have got to teach me a bit of French before I go away. My eldest is off to... Where's she going? She's going to Cyprus on Wednesday. And I'm going... What kit does my son like from PSG? I don't know. I haven't asked him. But He likes stadium tours. Oh, you've been watching my Judge Rinder clips last week or so. He is amazing. He's lovely. Oh, I love him. What do you mean, what happened with the company's Jay's Vapes and their products are brilliant? Good, Ollie. I'm going to France. Not this week, the next week. I'm going to try and vlog. What does that mean? Sayonara. What does it mean? I will see you all on Wednesday. Until then, stay safe. Take care of yourselves and stay safe. Because it's a runner world. You never know who's creeping around the corner, who's out to get you, or if you're going to get involved in something that you can't avoid. So just be safe and come back and see me on Wednesday. Love you all. Thanks for coming.